Welcome in, everyone, to another session with the Second Chances. As always, we're going to start with our thank yous, which go out to Critical Role for creating the wonderful world of Exandria that we're playing in, and to all the artists whose music we feature here on the stream, including Reliquary Records, Dungeon Glitch, Critical Role, Hunter Rogertson, and Borislav Slavov. Make sure you go and check them all out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever it is that you listen to your music. Last we had left the Second Chances. They had found the underground haven settlement of the Pallid Elves, Maeve's people. There she was able to see her mother again. She was also able to see her father, who was afflicted with the Pallid Plague, but the two of them had a moment of... I don't know, what would you call it? Reconciliation, I guess, yeah. Where he
said he was proud of her. That's all she wanted to hear.
He admitted that what she's done, he is proud of her, and that he apologized for trying to make her be something that she maybe wasn't ready for or just didn't want to be. Corey also had a bit of, or maybe the start of, a falling out with Gil. That ended with him casting Calm Emotions on her and kicking her out of the card box, where the Calm Emotions failed.
What in the 50s medicine is that?
I mean, it worked for a moment.
Just like 50s medicine.
And the Second Chances also got to have a bit of a meeting with the current Council of the Pallid Elves, which didn't go as well as the Second Chances would have liked it to.
Except for Maeve, who was like, "This is not new."
They weren't showered with gifts and praise and given a ticker tape parade.
Okay.
I don't know that we needed any of that. How about just
so mad right now?
How about just don't actively belittle the people who just died to save your lives?
You're all fine now. And
yeah, if there's a word that describes the Second Chances right now, it's fine.
And at the end of the session, Corey had mentioned to Roz and Zana as Zana tried to have a moment of like, Roz, you need to let out what you're feeling inside and stop trying to put on a brave face, because you are living up to and setting an impossible standard that isn't indicative of how you really feel to the rest of the group. And that's where we're going to go ahead and pick back up with a music change. So I believe Corey had just, not stormed off, but had walked away as Rosalind, had sent her a psychic message that she wasn't able to stop. And where we're going to pick back up in that aftermath is Maeve and Hermia were actually on their way to meet with Norrison's parents so that she could tell them what had happened to their son. And Hermia, I believe that on the way there, you wanted to talk to Maeve about something.
I did?
You did.
Yep. Do you remember? I can remind you if you'd like.
No, I think I remember. I think I got it. Okay. So we're just starting?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Maeve's just walking. She's probably like a little, just kind of in her thoughts, but she's walking beside you. She's kind of leading to where the home is.
So ever since we've all kind of started this journey in your homeland or whatever, I've been having these really, really weird dreams. Kind of never feel rested after them, but it's a lot of it is just me and nothing, just an empty void, and everyone is gone and I'm all alone and just floating in nothing for all eternity. No sense of time or place or any of that. And I don't know, it's starting to become real. Like what I signed up for, not with like the Oracle, that makes sense to me. Like closed portals, like beat up like weird bad people and creatures. But just the pact I made with like the Raven Queen. Like I know like it just means like, I'll never have like, I guess an end to my story. I'm just gonna keep going regardless of like, everyone else's story ending. But I basically signed myself up for one of the things that has always scared me the most. And I don't know if I regret it or if I'm strong enough to deal with it, but I signed up myself to just be alone forever. When Leander finally went to the other side, I just feel like this piece of me is missing. And before I felt like, I'd get to see him again and be with him again and then I'd be whole again. But I just signed myself up to just feeling like half a person. And I don't know. It's just...
It's scary to feel that.
Yeah. I just don't know if I'm going to be strong enough just on my own. Because, I mean, people are like, no one is going to live forever. I mean, eventually elves even die. But my being is just gonna continue beyond that. The only one who maybe will be around is Zealous, and I don't know if he's gonna want to hang out with me, like, for eternity, or until I finally die, and then, I mean, he can't follow me into whatever comes after for me when I'm, doing Raven Queen business.
I'm sure. I suppose I don't know what the Raven Queen business will look like, but I'm sure Zealous would be happy to have a familiar friend. But that's not really the point, I don't think. Why do you see yourself as not strong enough or as half a person?
I guess it's kind of like a twin thing. I mean, I always felt Leander's presence when he was around. And it was just kind of like this familiar warmth, like in the back of your mind, like knowing that like there's someone else like out there, like who's with you and who's, if you need them, they're there. I could kind of like reach out mentally and just feel that like, reassuring presence. And I don't have that anymore. I've had it since I was born. It's just not something I'm ever going to get back.
No, it's probably not, and that's a grief that's not gonna go away. They say you grow around grief, I guess, but I have a kind of a harder question to ask. When Leander finally passed, was he just half a person who passed?
Not sure. I mean,
Sure he wasn't to you.
no.
So,
But I don't know if he can feel my connection on the other side,
I don't
Just
know.
wherever he is, I can't be and I can't feel it.
Yeah, I guess what I mean is that if he's not half a person, that means you're not half a person either. You talk so low of yourself. And I know part of it is the twin connection that I'm not going to understand. That's entirely fair. But I think also you always see yourself that way.
Yes, when you grow up and your parents just see that for you and tell you you're that, you kind of just start believing it. I mean, my own father didn't even want to see me when I went back home. Too busy with whatever. And my mom was there, but she's, too busy feeling sorry for herself and the situation that she's in.
They were not the parents you need, and I wouldn't say they're the parents you deserve. But that doesn't make them right.
I guess also a little jealous. You got that moment where your dad said that he was proud.
Believe me, I am the last person who expected it. And I know what a gift that is that a lot of people don't get to have, whether because their parents are gone or too stubborn. But even if he hadn't said those to me, I was gonna have to find a way to move on without it, I think, too.
Yeah.
Your parents will never say it to you, but I'm proud of you. We're all proud of you. And if the Raven Queen thought you couldn't do this, there's no way she would have picked you for it. I believe that wholeheartedly.
I suppose. I'm just not. Before all this, I wasn't really super, religious and chatting with the gods. I mean, I think you were there when I first, prayed to anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just not at all what I expected. You just kind of feel like you're talking to nothing. There's no. Besides that moment in, in the temple, there's no one answering you. Either spiritually or just mentally or anything. I don't feel anything back. I don't know if it's the same with you or everybody else, but it's just am I doing it right?
Well, I'll tell you what I think. I think that's exactly why you were picked. Because what is death but it's not a whisper and it comes before you know it. I think you're hearing exactly what you're supposed to hear. And I don't see the Raven Queen as someone who cares much for praises or prayers or what have you. She has a job to do, and not everyone respects her for that.
I mean,
think that's
I've
exactly.
heard something that came up in school is that the gods are only as strong as their followers. I don't think I think maybe she needs or her prayers are necessary for her because, without them, she wouldn't have any sort of influence over here. Her powers would just not be able to extend this far beyond the veil. But I just kind of wish that I could have some sort of more guidance or training how to do stuff. I mean, it's just kind of okay, you're my champion now, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, I have to what? I see people as they're leaving, and going beyond the veil, the moment between life and death. Okay, how am I supposed to handle that or explain it to somebody?
How do you
Right.
explain an experience? Yeah.
I don't know. She didn't exactly tell me what exactly my role was. I mean, helping them get to the other side, but I mean, I don't exactly know if it's exactly their time or not.
Truth is,
So-
I'm not sure any of us really. I mean, your role certainly is unique. I'll grant you that. I couldn't say for any of us it's always that clear either. And I think, I don't know. I think of it a little bit differently. I see with my goddess as a figure that I was told had to have a relationship in one way, and I discovered that wasn't the fit for me. And I had to figure out for myself what that meant. And I'm not gonna lie, it'd be nice to just kind of go back to the way that was just preached and simply taught me, but that was never going to be the right way. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you're right. I'm not sure if there's gonna be a clear answer. It really might just be something that you have to figure out as you go.
As you two are discussing, you do see now about 30 feet ahead of you, your mother outside of a domicile, and you recognize that she's talking to Norrison's parents. But before we get to that, Zealous, you and Leo, I believe, were walking alongside
we were
one
shooed away
another
by Zana.
as Zana sent you two off to talk with Rosalind and Corey, correct?
So
What that's all about.
don't know, but it appears that we are not needed for that conversation.
True. So what do you want to do?
I don't know. What is there to do in this place?
Languish.
Can I look around to see if there's like a bar or something?
You take a look around, Leo, and together with both of your added perceptions, you can see that there isn't a whole lot to do. People are, as Rosalind
nothing.
said, languishing. There's a lot of depression going on. Starving
great here.
is a good option as well. Anyone who's actively doing something down here is, working in some way to help the conditions in one way, whether it's, helping people move into areas, taking rations or what little water they have around to people, or just kind of generally patrolling. There isn't really a whole lot going on down here. Even the few children that you see here and there, they're just kind of making do with what they have, playing pretend, trying to not think about the fact that they went from, out in a beautiful forest to it being turned into what it is now, and them having to come underground to seek shelter away from that.
This place is very desolate. It is a wonder why anyone would live here.
Oof.
You know, that thing you were doing when we were coming up here with the grove thing, do you think you could do that for like underground plants?
It would take a long time to make this place have any kind of signs of life or happiness, but I figure over the course of several years it might be possible.
There is plant life down here. You see, roots, some of them petrified from the trees above. There's mushrooms and like moss and stuff like that. So if what Leo is referring to is what was the thing you used to do like over a long rest where people were yelling at you because you weren't getting a long rest?
Plant growth?
Plant growth, yeah. You could do plant growth down here to potentially give them more sources of food and vegetation and stuff.
It just doesn't seem possible.
It's fair.
Well, now he won't do it.
Well, no. No, the air and aura down here feels quite bleak. Very much like the dream I had before we were ruthlessly attacked last night.
Right. You don't have
speaking
dreams.
Segue. Speaking of which, I don't have dreams. It appears that the Crawling King is trying to corrupt me or put some sort of ideas into my consciousness.
You don't believe these, right?
I am not sure.
It's like dreams are weird with the magic stuff, but for the most part, dreams are just like wistful things in your mind, your subconscious, something like that. So maybe he's just trying to get at you emotionally. So if you let your emotions get to you, it just gets worse.
That is what
So-
I have heard for the others that had also visitations from the king.
We might have to confront him, or we need to get these people away from this place so it can heal for a while.
It is weird. When I was in the dream, I was making everything wither and die. But also, when I am not in the dream, I am now also making things wither and die with my spells that I have recently acquired. I'm a little concerned that there might be some truth to it.
I'd also like to point out, too, that in the dream, Zealous, things... They were withering, but you got the sense in the dream that they weren't just dying, because death is a natural part of life. Things live, things die, things grow out of that death as well. But in the dream, the things that you touched, when they died, they did not become a part of this cycle. They were gone completely. There was an emptiness that was left behind in their wake.
So are you afraid that, like, if you use your magic, you're going to corrupt this place?
Maybe the withering magic that I have been using.
I mean,
Usually
you
I-
use that on just things that were trying to eat us. That's kind of the normal give and take of things. Given that we opened a portal to whatever hellscape that was.
True. But also, how do you know when is the appropriate time to use it? When is the limit?
I think you can speak with plants, can't you?
Yes.
I mean, if they're willing to talk it out, let's talk it out, but let's not, like, kill whole groves of trees that aren't doing anything, right? Like, the squash that had eyeballs is different than the tree.
That is true. It is just something that has been weighing on my mind since we have come down to this desolate pit.
Trying to understand, like, the hierarchy of how to use your powerful magic, what kind of influence you have over the world.
It is hard to know how much power to use if you strike a nail into a piece of wood, you could not damage the nail, or you could shove the nail into the wood, or you could break the wood altogether.
These are deep philosophical questions that people have pondered for thousands of years. I usually live in the moment, so I don't have any answers for that. I'm sorry.
I shall live in the moment as well, then.
All right. As the two of you are, I assume, heading back to where Maeve's family was. Roz, you said that you wanted to try and catch up to Corey.
Yeah.
Corey, I'm going to ask you then, since it seemed like you definitely wanted to not be a part of that conversation at that point. Are you trying to sort of get away to be by yourself in some form, or were you just trying to exit the conversation? Is Roz going to have a tough time finding Corey, in which case we'll do some rolls? Or do you think she catches up easily?
I think Corey would try to get away and have some alone time, but I think they're like out of it that maybe they roll with disadvantage.
All right, let's do that then. Go ahead and make a stealth check at disadvantage. Roz, you can go ahead and take advantage. It's not hard to see Corey down here.
Well, and also Roz has the tattoo, so she's like, Corey, I can just use the tattoo. Okay.
I mean, you'd have to use it, but sure.
What an annoying way to use it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're on a long rest soon, so.
That's fair. That's fair.
What kind of check do you want from me?
Perception check.
Sure.
Channel me.
And you could always channel someone else if you want to.
I got a 13.
What'd you get on your stealth?
Is it a
One.
1?
A 1.
That's a 1.
Corey.
Do you think this is more just absent-mindedly you're not as stealthy as you think, or do you want to explain how you're trying to get away but just being really bad at it?
I think like they realize like, damn it, this place is too small. Like I walk into a room, there's people there. I walk into another room, oops, that's someone's new living room. And Corey just like walks out into, I guess, what is the main lobby or thoroughfare of this little underground town now. And it's just like, just exasperated in the street or, you know.
All right, so yeah, Rosalind, you see her, and there's a few times you kind of lose her as you're walking past like groups of pallid elves, but you keep seeing her come out of these domiciles, these homes where people are, and then try to go into another one, obviously looking for someplace to be alone.
Looking for an empty one, yeah.
And somehow not finding where she's looking for.
Roz will go over. She's not always the best at reading signs. But she'll go over and kind of like scratch at the back of her head. Hey, sometimes it can be kind of tough to get your point across when there's two people talking to you. Look, I'm sorry. I get that you're
No.
it's not about fault or any of that. It's just things are really hard right now.
I'm sorry. I don't want. I'm not mad at you, Roz. I promise. I'm not mad that. Like, of course, you have a lot going on, and I want to help, and I don't just mean that in, oh, just be the best you can be, Corey. Like, I mean, actually help you. And I know that Zana means well, but I can't. I just feel like we're past a point as a group where talking about it solves everything. Because we're not. There is nothing that I can say to Zealous to make him feel better about what happened to his mom. There's nothing to say to Hermia to know that she had to give up her brother in that way. And I don't even know what could be said to Maeve to know that even though we fixed the portal, her homeland might just be like this. And I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh, this is just teen angst and I don't want to talk anymore. It's not that. It's.
You're right. Words aren't going to fix it. Nothing we can say. The only thing that's going to fix it is time, perseverance. Nothing's going to change that two of us died yesterday. Nothing can change that. But we're still here. Still fighting. I only met Faye the one time. She seemed nice. She seemed very into you. She seemed pretty special. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I am going to ask you if you ended it with her. And the Crawling King or the Plague of Eyes or someone like that went after her, would you still care, having broken up with her? Would you still want to go help her?
Of course, I would want to. But the only reason that our enemies, these bad guys, even care about her was because of me, because of us. And I know that may not take it back now, but it's not just their Crawling King. It's the architect. It's whoever else is on his side. It's all these things, and I cannot. For one, I can't focus. I'm terrified knowing that I chose to start this relationship knowing the kind of work that we do. And two, it's not fair to her. She's not an adventurer like us. And I feel like there has to be a point where I think responsibly and consider that, and I didn't in the beginning, and I should have. Because now she's connected, and whether, some spooky evil dream, or here's a vision to throw you off your game, that gets to me. And they're not going to stop there. They're eventually, they're going to honor that, and they're going to, I can't think about it.
Do you know why organizations like the Myriad, do you know why they go after the friends and family of the people who stand up against them? Because it works. But they prey on fear. They prey on you being afraid of what they will do to the people you care about. And the reality of it is, she's a part of this now. Whether you're dating or not, she's a part of this. Because even if you broke up with her today, you'd still care about her. And they know that. The only difference would be that now you're both miserable. But you shouldn't be beating yourself up for choosing to explore love. We are putting our lives on the line every day at this point, and it's only going to get harder. So if we can't have something good in this world, if we can't have something to cling on to enjoy, to love, to care for, what's the point? Should I never talk to the rest of this world again, or Saris? They're in danger because of who I am and because I care about them. But they're the reason I'm doing this. My friends and family back home are the reason I'm doing this. Without them, I'm not a hero. I'm not out here risking my life. Doing it because I care about them and because they give me something to hang on to and something to fight for. And that's not something you should be ashamed of, Corey. You should be so proud of that. That in a world where we know things could end at any moment, you still explored love. That's not anything to be ashamed of. That's beautiful, and that's brave. And you should be proud of yourself. But hey, what do I know? She winks.
Thanks, guys.
She'll hug you if you'll let her. Whatever you decide, I'll support you.
And while you're at it, if you're scared, if you're pissed, I want you to tell me. I've already seen Badass Roz, and I've seen how far she's willing to go. And if I don't want to anymore, okay?
I'm going to tell you this, and you're not allowed to tell anyone else, okay? When I get a moment to myself tonight, I think I'm going to cry myself to sleep. Because I'm fucking terrified. Okay?
It's still Hermia, at least.
There is. And her and I are going to stand against this. We're all going to stand against this. I may have died a couple days ago, but what I said before we left is no different. I'm willing to go as far as you all are. You all take another step, so do I. And that'll never change.
Thanks, Rose.
Meanwhile, Maeve, you and Hermia, taking a deep breath, walk up to the three Pallid Elves, your mother, Norrison's parents. They look at you expectantly. Your mother hasn't told them anything, but they know that since you came with Rayella and Sayria, who had also stayed behind, that you probably have some word of their son. And you can see on their face that they've likely already guessed what has become of him.
Yeah, Maeve will bow her head politely to each of them. She'll say, "It's good to see both of you. I wish it were under better circumstances."
her mother breaks away from, or his mother breaks away from his father and comes towards you and wraps her arms around you and pulls you into a hug. And you can tell that she's crying, but like so kind of that silence sort of keeping it to herself and not actually like letting it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She'll hug her tightly for a moment, and once that passes, she'll, let her go and nod again. We did see Norrison with Rael and Sayuri, and as we were traveling together, unfortunately, we were caught in some of the terrible vines, and he did not make it. I'm very sorry.
You were with him in the end, though?
I was. As was, this is one of my compatriots, Hermia. She has been, charged with the mission we're all on by the Raven Queen. And, well, she saw it. I did not, but made sure he had a peaceful sending off.
I think between the two of you and Hermia, explaining what she saw, his parents know the reason he stayed behind, and
yeah,
they're also saddened by, the fact that obviously his wife didn't make it either, but there's a comfort in knowing that in a way he accepted it and he could be with her still. I think they also apologized to you for, what transpired between you and Norrison.
And she's very quickly like, we were basically still kids. I had no idea how to handle any of that, neither did he. So no hard feelings there.
But we know, and we still could have. You deserved better.
That is kind of you to say. But I am glad the two of you are well, despite these circumstances. And I'm sure he would be glad to know that as well.
Well, thanks to you and your friends, from what your mother tells us, it may not be like this much longer.
It will, the most dangerous part is over, but there is much, I think, there will be some regrowth needing to happen, but the hard part is done. I'm glad to say.
They take your hands into theirs, and we believe in you. Timevra, the younger ones call you the Farseer, and we believe that with Sehanine at your back and a dragon at your side, that you'll be successful.
Thank you. You truly honor me with your trust. It's a lot it's a lot, but I am heartened not only by Senine's blessings, but the friends by my side as well.
Your mother's going to stay here with them a bit longer.
Yeah.
Corey, do you think Corey still wanted some time alone even after Roz's chat with her? Great.
Yeah, to like decompress.
Yeah. So Roz, as you are heading back to meet up with everyone and find everyone, you nearly stumble over a little girl that's chasing a rock away from where her mother and sister seem to be playing.
Is it Princess?
The rock?
Yeah.
No, like someone had thrown it. Like they don't have balls down here, so it's like we have mushrooms and like rocks to play with.
I thought it was Princess like stole something and was running away.
Oh no. Just a rock kind of clatters in front of you, and a little girl runs up to grab it and like stops when she sees you.
Roz gives a pleasant smile.
The other little girl comes up behind her and kind of grabs the rock and walks back towards the mother, who kind of gives you a bit of a smile as well.
What's your name?
Little girl looks back over towards the mother and sister, who don't seem to be giving much attention this way. She looks up at you and goes, "True tall?"
Brutal.
Mother looks up. "Excuse me, what did you say?"
Sorry, I was repeating her name.
"Whose name?"
The little girl's here?
As she's starting to sort of stand up, and you can say there's like some trembling to her.
No.
Uh-oh.
Besides, and she puts her hand on the little girl that's near her. Besides her?
Yes, she looks. Is the little girl still there in front of her?
Yeah.
Yes, this one, and she points.
You can see her too?
Yes. Can others not?
She shakes her head. No.
Oh. They can't see either of them, or just this one?
Just Truty. This is Una. She puts her hand on the other little girl, who's sort of just standing next to her silently.
Una.
They thought
That's a
I
pretty
was.
name.
They think I'm crazy.
I would say you're not crazy. I can see them as well. Can I make a check of some kind?
Sure.
I'm torn between Arcana to try and figure out if I can figure out what this is, or like insight to see if this lady's just fucking with me.
She's
Well,
Myriad, don't
that's
trust
the
her.
That's the random event you get. Someone plays a prank.
Someone's just like pranking me, like I saw these two weird ghost girls, and everyone.
That's so fucked up for a mom to have twins and be like, hey, occasionally when like an adventurer comes by, let's pretend like one of you are dead.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, make either one, Arcana or Insight.
I mean, what else are they gonna do for fun? They live
Yeah,
like
it sucks
hole.
down here. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
One of Sehaneen's domains is trickery.
Yeah, I guess we're going
True.
Arcana for a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
No.
It doesn't seem like anything magical is going on here.
All right. Roz is going to sit down then and look at Trutal.
Mm-hmm.
How old would I guess she is?
7, 8 years old.
7 or 8. So, your name is Trutal. Is that your mother?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you like to do for fun?
Swimming.
I like swimming too. I just learned how.
I didn't.
oh,
Roz gets that 1,000-yard stare on her face. I see.
You can see that the mother is like holding back tears right now.
And you've been unable to pass on?
She shrugs.
Roz thinking like, oh, where's my girlfriend when I need her? Well, let's go talk to your mom, shall we?
She
And
walks
she's gonna
over
walk
to the mother.
My name's Rosalind.
My name is Tulatu.
Tulatu. How long have they been, or has she been with you?
Seems like forever now.
So I'm sure. Is just one of them a ghost, or are they both?
Seems
We're
like
all three.
seems like just the one. The other.
Okay.
I mean, she has like a hand on the shoulder of the other girl.
My partner is a champion of the Raven Queen, which it occurs to me I don't think the Pallid Elves follow the Raven Queen in any way.
Well, they know who she is.
Some do, but I don't want her to take my daughter.
Yeah. No, that makes... I get that. You're a loving mother.
Yes,
You would do anything for them to be happy.
I would.
Do they seem happy?
They both kind of stare up at her. We have our days. At least we're together.
Can I use my divine sense, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna go ahead and ping that out.
Yeah. And as you focus, you get 3 instances.
Oh, God.
You realize you kind of look around and see that there are a few people who are staring at you quizzically, and you realize that they don't see who you're talking to.
Why do I suddenly see ghosts?
Miss, you see this pallid elf man kind of sees
Yeah.
you like looking back at all of them, and he's kind of walking towards you. Are you all right?
I get hit in the head a lot. And I think it's starting to show. Do you have like a CT scanning place around here?
What now?
I don't know what that is. You happen to stop in front of an odd place of all places. You okay?
I don't think so. I think when you say odd, would it be because some people perished here recently?
Not recently. I noticed your medallion, the change bringer. I believe so you're a holy woman of sorts.
Razu.
Man, these paladins aren't very smart, are they?
Raz kind of cringes, but nods. Something like that, yes.
Family once lived here. Mother and her 2 daughters. The father passed some time long ago. This was long before our people returned to the surface. But one of the daughters had drowned in the river. And the story goes that the mother had journeyed far away, crossed to the other side of the Sirios Mountains into the Empire, looking for someone who could help her.
I'm guessing they found the is it the Witch of the Wild?
The Prism Sage.
The Prism Sage, yeah.
He nods. So, with what the tales say,
Has to be reunited.
She wanted her daughter back, and she was granted that.
Sure was.
Not just that, but that her daughters would grow up safe and happy as well. And miraculously, they were. She was told that she couldn't be in their lives, and if she wanted to, that she'd still be allowed to watch over her daughters, but that it would be a painful experience for her. And for 2 years, she stayed away, and what the sage gave her was true. Her daughter had shown back up, and another family had adopted the two of them, but after 2 years, the story goes that she wasn't able to take the pain of being away and thought if she had to be in pain away or with them, at least she could be with them. And upon her reuniting with her daughters, a terrible sickness had taken them.
One moment. Roz gets her flask out and downs the whole thing.
he,
then puts it back.
He just gives you like a, it's not a great story.
Well, they're here with us right now.
You see them?
Yep.
And as you turn back towards them, they're not there anymore.
Okay, well, they were here. Nothing the alcohol can't fix, I guess.
It just kind of gives you a pat on the shoulder. You look like you could use a rest.
Oh, that's saying the least. That's so understating it. I don't know what a concussion, painkillers, and booze does, but I cannot wait to find out tonight. Very nice meeting you. I'm gonna go throw up and cry.
Thank you.
For what?
Thank you.
Word's going around that you and the Farseer, you and your friends closed the portal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe that's why I can see the dead, because I died.
I'm sorry?
Well, I got better. Like, I'm here, obviously. Unless maybe I didn't. What if I'm a ghost?
Okay, he starts to...
What if I never actually got back
He
up?
starts taking a few awkward steps back. Have a good rest, and he just turns to
Roz
leave.
is just like, hasn't even noticed. She's just walking off, now wondering, like, what if I never actually came back? What if this is all happening and I'm still just in the process of dying?
And
what if Squall did die at the end of Disc 1 and the rest of the game is just his last moments?
Oh god.
Yeah, as you walk, and Roz doesn't notice this, but other Pallid Elves who saw and kind of overheard this are giving you a wider berth now.
Yeah. Roz does not notice at all. She's in a different place right now.
All right. So
she's back on top.
As all of you make your way back to where you have sort of been set up for your time here, is there anything else anyone wanted to do before you finally get to your long rest for the night?
God, should I send a message to Kayla? I don't think I'm up to talking to him right now.
That's fine.
I'll do it in the morning.
Okay. As everyone gets back and, you're all getting settled in as best you can, luckily you don't necessarily have to worry about watches, but it's still kind of the same as, sleeping out amongst the stars or in the caverns. There isn't really a lot of bedroom here, so it's undoing your bedrolls and camping out in the main room here. Zana comes in a bit later. You actually get back before she does, Maeve.
Okay.
She comes in seeing that everyone's here. I received word from Zenithal. He says that the time is nearly right and that we'll be able to return to Rexentrim in the coming days, or whenever it's convenient for us, to meet with King Dwendal and some of the high-ranking members of both the Cerberus Assembly and the Order of the Cobalt Soul.
Oh.
Well then, that's...
We can finally see our house.
Well, the rest of you at least. I'm teasing.
It's definitely better than a lot of the accommodations we've been in over the past few months.
It's a pretty nice house.
Not saying a ton, but yeah, fair enough.
I mean,
Okay.
we stayed at the Lavish Chateau.
We did. It was very nice.
It's not as nice as the Lavish Chateau. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up.
No.
Well...
Roz was just like poking her cheek as if trying to like make sure it's actually there.
I know we talked about the Prism Sage, but by the goddess,
I'm
hard
gonna.
to think right now. Yes.
I listen. I just heard a story about the Prism Sage, and I think met some of her victims. So
Rosalind, according to that story, what the Prism Sage gave came true, and it wasn't until she went back on her deal that bad things happened.
She's a hag.
right. I understood the story. My critique is that the price extracted for this was you don't get to be in either of your children's lives anymore.
But they were alive.
Wow. Okay. I mean, fair. I don't. But if you're looking for me to be like, this person's awesome, that's not going to do it. No.
That's not what I'm looking for. I just want to make sure that you as players understand what you've been given, the information you've been given, isn't evil hag gonna do you an evil. It's that you can get help, but there may be a price.
Yeah.
That price may be negotiable, though.
Yeah, don't make deals with hags.
Yeah. So Roz will share her
cupcake.
Roz will share her experience on the way back with everybody.
Seems about right.
Yep.
That's impossible.
What do you mean it's impossible?
I agree. It definitely is, but my divine sense definitely detected 3 ghosts.
No, it's impossible that you're dead. I brought you back.
Right, but what if... Okay, well... Yeah, fair. You know, I'm just going to go with it.
I think I would know.
True.
But you see, you're all part of the hallucination of me dying.
Leaf, punch me to see if I'm hallucinating.
That's not how that works.
And if he hits you hard enough, you might hallucinate.
All right, never mind. Even dying, I couldn't come up with a conversation this dumb.
Does 14 hit you?
No.
It does not.
You also have to roll at disadvantage.
I do?
Yeah, she has her cloak on.
That's true. 14 still doesn't hit.
Yep.
Okay.
I was
So
unable to hit you. I'm sorry.
if we're gonna go do the Prism Sage stuff, just be cautious because it definitely. While you're right,
Let me be very clear. If we're doing this Prism Sage thing, I will be the one to be making the deal. And on
Don't make deals. Just tell her to stop doing whatever she's doing.
She could just be behind it, in which case Roz will, I'm sure, be the first one to suggest we punch her in the nose.
Right. Either way, we can get information. If she's the one behind it, we can decide what to do with that information. If for some reason she is potentially, and I'm not saying we have to make a thing right then, but if push comes to shove, and this is the way for my people to be in a better place, I alone will be the one taking on the burden.
Maeve, I appreciate you saying that, but that is not how we roll.
Yeah.
We can probably game the system and be like that bone pixie thing. If I knew we could get arms like what Roz has, I would have given my whole arm to that pixie.
I feel like gaming the system is how you end up a family of ghost children.
Yeah, that's exactly how.
I feel like that is the one thing you don't do against a hag.
Yeah, also, like,
But
you
we're
never
not
win.
children. I don't have children to give up, so...
Nobody wins except for the hag.
I've heard that you're supposed to hate the player, not the game.
Who told you
What
that,
brothel were you in?
Why would he go into a brothel? For what
He
purpose?
scans me while I sleep. He might go to weird places to scan people.
I've been in brothels before.
Why?
I was traveling with the coin accord.
Okay, that tracks.
I think everyone just nods. Oh, yeah.
Tracks.
Fair enough.
And I'm not trying to be all martyr-ish or whatever. I'm just saying you have all sacrificed enough. And this situation involves my people directly. And if we're going to be doing this for them already, if this is the path that it needs to go on, I am well aware the risks that I will be taking. I don't want to put you all into more debt and danger than you already have been by being here.
We appreciate your sincerity, but it is rejected.
Okay.
What Zealous said.
Yeah.
I'll grab another portal to prove a point.
What would that prove?
I'm just saying that I don't know if this is the only path forward, and obviously I'm not going to just blindly trust a hag either, but if it's the best chance that my people have, I don't want to drag you all into it if you don't want to be dragged into it.
Well,
I mean,
isn't that like on the way to something that we need for Kieran also?
Is it?
is it? As far as I know, we've got Prism Sage and, well, now Rexentrum to deal with, too.
So, the Prism Sage will take you to the Festerwill pool,
Where?
You.
which
Oh,
is
over there?
just to the east of Cyrilair. You were told that there are rumors of a dragon in the Kelton Lock, which is right up here underneath where it says Dwendalian Empire. And
Yeah.
there are confirmed sightings of a dragon up in Iselcross at the very,
is
very
way
top. Mhm.
Which is way far away.
I'm just being an old man.
I vote we get some sleep. Because it's been, well, too long, and our last attempt at sleeping was rudely interrupted.
Yeah.
I'm sure that won't happen a second time.
Yeah, that would. I mean, that wouldn't happen again.
Yeah.
How do we make supports that make it so the cave doesn't cave in on us?
But just in
Like-
case, Zealous, did you want to entomb everybody in this house?
No.
Yes.
Why?
And I'm sleeping outside.
Yeah, I don't want to be entombed.
All right. So,
Is it okay if I say something to Light before I go to bed?
of course.
I haven't talked to her in a bit. So, when we find a moment where we're getting ready to go to bed,
I do assume, by the way, that like you probably still have small little conversations with
Yeah.
her here and there. It's not like you go days.
and she did, and she told Light like, "Hey, please tell Mom that I died because I don't want to get in trouble again."
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But she's gonna talk to her that night and just be like, "Hey, sis, can I ask a weirdly personal question?"
Sure. I'm in your head, so I already know what you're going to ask.
That is true. What was it like when you died?
It was a very, very long time ago. And I was
You're saying it's something you forget?
I was very young. But I don't know that my experience is going to line up with yours. I was between me and Shadow, two different extraplanar entities tried to lay claim to our souls, a devil to mine and a celestial to hers. But Cibriexis intervened and took us from both of them. It's why I am the way that I am after being reborn by his hands, and Shadow the way that she is. All that I remember was the fire, and then the torment of the flesh crafter. I don't think that what you saw is... I'm sorry, Rosalind, I don't have an answer for you with this.
I didn't expect you to. I guess the more I look at it, the more I feel like a fool for having thought I did know what would happen.
I think that you were raised by heroes on heroic stories, and maybe as a little girl you didn't realize, and continued into adulthood, is that the stories that we read are written by those we left behind. I don't want you to think that if something happens to you, you won't still be celebrated, and that people won't still tell stories of you and sing songs about you, because your friends will make sure that they do.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's not knowing if I was going to live or die. Growing up, I had to make death not scary, because otherwise I don't think I could have done anything, you know? So I always just told myself that it would be over, and then there would be Saris, and then it would be my turn to watch over. And that was really comforting. And I guess it never occurred to me that here, that might not be the case.
You also don't remember, by nature of your reincarnation, what death is like, so perhaps you should try talking to Saris.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to help. The way things are now, that may very well be different, but that's perhaps a good place to start.
It's hard to talk to them. To me.
Well, you'll have Corey there with you.
Yes. Just... They're trapped in this state of non-existence, you know? And
I wouldn't look at it that way. What Saris did for you allows us to have this connection, allows your family to know that you're not just okay, but saving worlds.
I'm not saying that it wasn't a wonderful thing that they did.
And they are still with you. They are what connects you and I.
Yes. And I'm very glad that they did.
Yeah, it's pretty cool sometimes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool sometimes. Even if Shadow fucking hates it.
It's because of that Shadow is where she is now.
That is true.
Had you been here and not there, she might have just killed you.
Yeah, that's a way of looking at it.
No.
I might have won.
If you were here, you'd be chasing rats out of cellars. So, no, she definitely would have won over here.
Oh, okay.
What?
Well.
What?
Shots fired.
Exandria has made you into a hero, Rosalind. Not saying that here you wouldn't have become one, but I think Exandria has fast-tracked it.
Thanks, sis. All right, I'm gonna try and sleep.
Sweet dreams, she says, but doesn't really have much of a heart behind it.
I can't dream, so
yeah. That as well, I suppose.
It's pretty empty to a Kalistar. Yep. Like, I don't dream.
Mm-hmm. So as you all settle down, Maeve.
Yeah.
Someone comes and sort of knocks on the outside and requests your presence.
All right. She is up and at him.
Yep.
She's like, fuck. All right, let's do this.
So walking outside, it is Talia Willow's Blush from the Pallid Elf Council. One of the few that, respected your father. She was one of the ones that had a more respectable sort of approach towards you. You could tell that she was thankful for what all of you did and whatnot, but obviously still had to be a leader, and there were still certain questions that still had to be asked and things like that.
Right.
I apologize for disturbing you and your compatriots at home. It looks like you're finally getting some well-deserved rest. I apologize that the accommodations aren't better.
We are grateful to take what we can get. But thank you. How can I help you?
Well, I also wanted to apologize for the way that all of you were treated in that council there. I'm not going to make excuses. And Kael'thyn is definitely an asshole, just so you know. Everyone thinks so.
I'm glad I'm not the only one, at least.
Time,
You made fun of
Avra.
my decorations one year. I'm just teasing. Keep going.
You have already done more for your people than anyone is going to do in ages. I'm sure you will go down in history as the first hero of the Moonborn. I think that goes without saying. And it breaks my heart that I am here to ask you and your friends to do more. Now, I understand that may not be possible, but I think for the sake of our people, that if there is a solution to be found with the Prism Sage, I think you're the one to find it.
Had discussed the possibility of coming forward with our own decision to meet with the Prism Sage, including my own decision to speak with her. So do not fret about another request. It will be good, honestly, to hear that the council has our backing.
If there's anything we can do to help, what little we have, we will.
I mean, all I can think of is to know more of what we're going to be going up against and what deals we should be expecting. We hear stories. That's about it.
Unfortunately, stories is about all we have as well. There are tales. From what we know, the tales that we've heard are either... There are some that end with, the witch of the Sirios Mountains granting wishes. There are those of cautionary tales not to cross her. I don't want to give you the illusion that the cost or the price that she asks isn't going to be steep. But I think that if she can help, she will. If you're willing to pay whatever that cost is. And Timavra, our people will endure. We will recover. Weigh your options, but you do have a choice in the matter. And no one is going to blame you if that price is too much.
Right. As long as that is what it's... Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that if the council can understand how I may choose in the matter, positively or negatively, then that is honestly a lot of reassurance I could use right now. I can imagine some pretty steep prices, and I'm not gonna lie, some of those would be difficult, some more than others.
You're already a hero here, Maeve. Most see that, and those who don't, or those who would belittle you for not doing more, they're small-minded. Pay them no heed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's... you know how it is. having everyone's concerns and opinions on you constantly.
Never gets easier.
No, it doesn't.
She leans in and she gives you a hug.
She'll hug as well.
Don't let me take up any more of your time. You need rest. No offense, but it's plain as day on your face.
The dark circles are starting to show.
Sehenin guide you and your friends.
And you as well.
And with that, she takes her leave.
She will return into the abode. She's probably going to talk to you guys in the morning unless you want to have that talk now.
Everyone is asleep.
That's fine. I was just going to say, like, it's okay. And Robbie, I changed my mind. I am going to send a sending stone message with the hope that it's very clear of please don't talk to Ray right now.
Please don't talk to who right now?
Kayla, and I'm just like, please don't enter right now. I am very, very tired. But I just want you to know I'm safe.
Gotcha. Okay. So you basically want to send him a message saying, hey, don't come visit me, but I'm safe. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I'll talk. I promise I'll talk to you soon.
Gotcha. Yes. I think you hear an exhausted voice on the other side. Not at you. I assume that at least every few days you at least talk a bit. But he reassures you that to basically just do what you need to do. Watch out for yourself. Take care of yourself. Yeah. And he's looking forward to the next time that the two of you get to share a moment together.
Yeah, an extra stone should see me too.
And that every chance he gets to at least hear from you is one that he will cherish forever.
So fucking sweet. Anyway.
That's a lot to cram into 25 words.
He's a bard. He's very, very good at doing
He's very good at using every word that make it count. He
also skips like every third word as well, so it's
there's no pronouns or subjects in any of these sentences.
Mm-hmm. Why use many word when
few do?
Exactly.
All right.
Cool.
So you're gonna wait till the morning to talk with everyone then?
I think so. Yeah. Everyone's really tired, and we were gonna have to see the council in the morning anyway. I think, or at least meet up with them. So.
I think that based on this, having spoke with her, that if you want to skip the council meeting, you're fine to do
then that will be my intro saying, we don't have to see those fuckers, so here instead what's happening.
Thank God.
Okay.
So. Best news I've woken up to in ages.
Yeah.
So.
That means we're not going to get a long rest.
No, it's not that. But just given what's happened, I'm just curious. Is anyone watching, or is everyone just going to sleep?
Oh my God.
No, Roz just going to sleep. We're in a place where we're presumably safe.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Everybody sleeps.
Silas watches.
Do you want to stay up? Do you want to stay up and watch Silas?
Yes.
I'll do a tag team watch with Kazana's gonna watch.
I was gonna say Zana probably is.
I don't trust these Pallid elves.
Hey now. Fucking hell.
So Zealous and Leo, you two want to split a watch?
I guess so. I'm not gonna stop you.
Or if we don't have enough, I'll take a watch by myself. It doesn't matter.
I guess if you two bring it up with Zana, between the three of you, you can each do a watch and not have to worry about exhaustion or not getting your long rest in or anything like that. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Thank you all. I'm too tired.
Then we'll go Zana, Zealous, Leo, and everyone. That way you should be able to finish up your whole rest and not be interrupted in the middle of it either. Okay. Leo. Let's start with you. This one. Leo. You close your eyes, you get comfortable in your bedroll, and as soon as your eyes flutter shut, there is what's the best way to describe it? It's not a pain exactly, but you know how when you have a rusted joint that still moves, just the way that it creaks against itself?
Yeah.
You feel that kind of spread through your body, through your bones. You're old. You get the back pain sometimes, but now it's just everywhere. And as you let out a deep sigh and open your eyes to maybe have a conversation with Zana or something before you try to fall asleep, you can only see out of one eye. And you look around and you're not in the Pallid Grove anymore.
Yeah.
There's a cracked mirror across the way. You see yourself, your hair white, the patch over one eye, the deeper wrinkles. You are much, much older. You hear the screams from outside. You hear the tortured wails. You told them to be quiet. You told them just this once, suffer in silence so you could get a few winks, but they just won't do it. You look over on the stand next to you and you see this lash of red hooks dripping with blood. Just a few feet away from at least one of them that got the message. You see the blood-soaked silver hair. You see the adamantium arm. She doesn't pull against the shackles as much. She's learned her lesson. But the others, they need to be taught a lesson. What do you do?
Do I have my own free will?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
I want to unshackle the obedient one.
You move over toward Rosalind. She is bruised, bloody, beaten. And as you get down to check her, she's currently unconscious. As you move to unshackle her, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh boy.
19 plus 3. So
For a
22.
22. That is so close, Lloyd. That is so close. I need you to take 17 psychic damage as you go to unshackle her. Something in your body, something about what's happening just doesn't make sense. Everything seems to fry and shake, and you are brought back to your senses. No, she's right where she belongs. You need to deal with the other one. So you grab your lash and you walk out of this room. And you see a hallway lined with people shackled to the wall. You see some of your men walking around. They look at you and nod. The last bloody lash. And they keep walking. That's what they call you now. Because most people that come into your care, you know, the last bloody thing they ever see. Roll for me a d6, Leo.
One.
As you're walking down, looking for the one calling out, it's not who you expect. Normally this one shuts itself off. Normally this one doesn't feel the pain, but for some reason, it's activated now. And you see Zealous. Sans any legs. You had to remove those. Hanging from the wall. What would you like to do, Leo?
Can I talk to him?
What would you like to say?
How long have we been here?
Leaf, you look up at your captor, the one who has been torturing you and your friends for what seems like months, years now. Asks you how long you've been here. Do you refuse to answer?
I spit oil in his face.
Ooh.
I move on to another subject.
Sure.
Like, go through the other second chances.
You're looking for another second chance? Further down the hall, you find Timavra weeping, only feet away from her, the unmoving body of a twilight drake. Large sections of scales skinned off of it.
Your music's starting to fuck up.
Fix it. What would you like
Appropriate.
to say to her?
Do I still have Luster's ribbon on my person somewhere?
No. You threw out useless keepsakes like that long ago when you found your true calling as a champion of the Crawling King.
Just walk up to her and I go, I'm sorry.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Leo.
Another 19, so plus 3, 22.
This time you take 21 psychic damage as the vision, the dream, whatever this is, tries to correct itself. And you whip the bloody lash down across Timavra's back, and she screams out in pain.
And I try to pet Luster.
You kneel down next to Luster. It's just a body. As you run your hand over it, Maeve, you look up and see this. There seems to be, for a moment, a tenderness in him as he touches the body of your Drake. What's your reaction?
Why now?
Make another wisdom saving throw, Leo.
Oh God, I'm gonna kill him.
Can I spend inspiration?
Absolutely. You can also, depending on how much inspiration, you can also spend a certain amount if you want to.
That's what I want to do.
How much would you like to spend on this roll?
Let's just do a flat 10.
All right. Roll and add your wisdom and then 10 on top of that.
Probably needed a 16 plus 13.
As she says this and you look back towards her, you blink and you're awake again. You look around and you see Rosalind, who's asleep. Maeve is there with Luster curled up. You're dripping in sweat. You hear Zana, who's still awake and sees you, waking up. Is everything all right?
That god needs to die.
You had your dream.
Mood.
Yep. Became what I dread most. But it feels like I took a little bit of a physical bout of it. Like, did you guys get hurt in your dreams?
I never said I had one.
Then how did you know I had one?
Make an insight check for me, Leo.
Oh God, Zana.
Zada's so cool.
It's 17 plus 7, so 24.
When you ask her, then how do you know I've had one? She replies, well, we've seen both Maeve, Corey wake up from it. But yeah. I had one earlier when we tried to sleep in the tunnel.
What was yours?
She's silent for a long time. Make a persuasion check.
Is in 18 plus 11, so 29.
She kind of shakes her head a little bit. That was just me, Leo. Corey saw herself as a faceless monster. Maeve was covered in scars, wearing luster. That was just me. Apparently the crawling king looks at me and he already sees what he likes.
Or the way he's fucking with you is counterintuitive to what he's doing to us. It's just trying to draw out the natural evilness that you perceive you have.
She smiles. Maybe. I don't think that I'm evil, though. I am a monster, but I'm not evil.
Well, whatever this crawling king is evil, so let's hope we can fix this somehow.
Well, you only have about 30 minutes left, so why don't you just take watch and I'll go to sleep early.
Sounds good. Wonder who's next to get a dream just like that.
Hopefully nobody.
Seems likely.
Rosalind.
Sweet dreams indeed.
Sweet dreams are made of these.
Rosalind, you are roused from your sleep by footsteps. Metal on stone, echoing. You look up and you see your friends lying around, still asleep. No one's on watch, but somebody's outside walking around.
Roz kind of blinks and looks around. She doesn't dream, so this has to be something else for her.
I mean, you're still in the Pallid Grove. You're still where you went to sleep at.
I know, but people should be on watch. She hops up. She starts to make her way towards the sound. She'll grab Radiant Sister, as she does.
Yep. So you peek outside. Nobody's out there.
Like nobody?
Nobody. So as you kind of walk outside a bit further, you still hear the sound. And you see someone walking out of the shadows towards you. Someone tall, like you, strong. But as they get closer, you see they're armored as well.
Roz kind of kind of holds her, brandishes her sword.
They put
Hail.
their hands up. They have a raspy voice. I'm not here to cause you any harm.
And who might you be, friend?
Now that they're closer to you, it's not armor that they're wearing, not entirely. They have on sabatons, they have on gauntlets, they have on plate armor. They're not wearing a helm, though. Now that you're closer, you can see that the mask that they're wearing, it's like someone poured molten metal over them, and their entire head and part of their shoulder is just encased.
Ow!
As one is to do.
Okay.
They-
Roz will try not to make too much of a reaction to that.
You can clock that they've noticed it, though.
Yeah.
They look towards the door where your friends are. How much longer do you give them?
Till
They die. Till they get let down by the one who's supposed to protect them.
long as they can keep taking another step, so will I.
That's not really protection, though, is it?
No, it is not.
How long until one takes a arrow like Mira did? How long till another fireball hits the cart? How long until one dies because you don't know when enough is enough?
Ah. So that's what this is. Champion? Avatar? How do I address you?
How do you dress yourself when you're looking in the mirror? And you recognize the eyes at that point. Someday he's going to get his hands on you. You know what they'll call you? As you're cutting
Humor
them
me.
down one by one. You're going to be
Humor
the
me.
Iron Fist of the Crawling King. The Knight of Stagnation. Under your ruthless rule, nothing's going to change. You know what's nice about that? No portals. A safe world.
You trying to tell me that not only do I end up serving a god, I end up serving that one? Huh, I think you're the one who's dreaming.
Just keep taking one step forward, one foot in front of the other, and your path will lead you right to where you need to be. Make, for me, Rosalind, not a wisdom saving throw.
That's too easy for
Yeah.
you, Paladin.
You get advantage on those.
Uh-huh. Make for
How about
me a intelligence saving throw.
That's rude.
That is less good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Why you gotta be like that?
9.
You want to take a swing at her, Rosalind?
You want to spend any inspo on that?
You want to break somebody's nose?
He's got a face full of metal, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to break that nose.
You have an adamantium arm.
That's fair. I do. But no. This creature is pitiful. Serving a god? That god? No. This thing doesn't deserve my fist.
And yet you find yourself balling your fist up. Make an unarmed strike for me.
An unarmed strike. What the hell even is that for me these days? Plus 8.
D20 strength proficiency, right?
Yep. It's plus 8. 25 for 5 damage.
Yeah, you swing and it connects. Their head turns to the side, but it doesn't seem to have affected. But as your swing pulls through, you lose your balance, and you fall in that way that you do in dreams. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but you're suddenly falling through nothingness, and you find yourself strapped down. Just the one arm, your adamantium one, is gone. There's a sweltering heat as you watch them melt it down before they bring it over towards you, and you see over and over again, time and time again, as they pour it over you, wait for it to solidify, peel it off, and then repeat the process again and again and again and again.
Oof.
Until suddenly
sucks.
you are
Ow.
shaken awake by Leo. Leo, you saw that she was twisting, that she was turning. She started to scream louder and louder, and afraid that it was going to wake everyone else. You awaken her from her slumber.
You okay?
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, this
I
guy's
don't-
a asshole, isn't he?
I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all. All your like writings and stories talk about how great dreams are. I think they might be a little overrated. All the ones I've had since I got here have sucked.
I mean, what Corey does makes it a dream. Do what they're doing to us.
Oh, you want to cast a dream spell on the Crawling King?
Oh my gosh, no.
You know what? Fuck that guy. I kind of do, but I kind of want to send him a sending message.
5% chance it'll fail.
I mean, with those kinds of odds, I'd be a fool not to do it.
Do it.
No, I'm good.
Hand her the stone.
No, she has her own stone, first of all, but
Leo,
no.
do you think there's people who are like, I double dog dare you to send a sending spell to a betrayer god?
That's like saying Bloody Mary 3 times
It
in the
is.
mirror in Exandria.
Oh my
Except
gosh,
they're
yes.
guaranteed 25 words back.
Yeah. Well, 95% chance of getting 25 words back. She kind of pinches the bridge of her nose.
So what did you see?
I talked to, I guess, my future self. And I saw how I became my future self. How do you feel about having melted metal peeled off your flesh?
I mean, what kind of metal?
She looks at her arm. Adamantium, but does it matter?
I mean, if it replaces the skin, it might look cool, depending on...
It definitely didn't replace the skin. It just burned the skin and then tore it off.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a good time. But it was all
I was
bullshit.
missing an eye. I don't know how that happened.
She looks at her replaced arm. It's rough, buddy. Well, hey, while we're both up, one, just to put out there, that future version of me is a bitch and serves the Crawling King, which, I mean, as far as I can tell, Evandra's a pretty great goddess, and I don't even want to serve her, so I don't know what the fuck happens there, but that ain't happening. Anyway, I wanted to ask you something, and I hope it's okay.
Anything's okay.
That's great. I'm glad you say that. What was it like for you when you got disintegrated?
Well, felt like I was floating through nothing. And my body was slowly dissolving into nothing. And my last thoughts were about you guys. Hoping that...
Not like a pretty girl back home you would think of? Or you thought of us in your last moments? We got to get you laid.
I mean, yes, but you guys have been the best things in my life. Like the one thing that's kept me on track. So thank you guys.
It's been our pleasure. I meant what I said. It was kind of the same for me. There was just emptiness forever in every direction. And then I was back.
How did you come back?
It's a road paved with hair. And then a gate that I walked through.
I got hugged by the Everlight. And then...
Like the Everlight?
Yeah, the goddess Everlight. I don't know if that was your guys' doing, or I looked down at the bracers. Or these.
Hold up. You met her?
Yeah, she hugged me, and then beam of light, I was in front of you guys. Then I was hot for a while, and then you know the rest.
Right. What does that mean for you? You met, like, Hermia met the Raven Queen, and you met the Everlight. These are beings you can see, touch, and interact with.
I don't know how we can continue to do that. I've been trying to reach out to her this entire time, and she chose that moment. So...
Roz looks like she's having a fucking crisis right now.
Have you tried to reach out to the Changebringer at all?
Just the once. But I really wasn't expecting to hear back anything.
I'm not religious either, so... Well, I guess I am now to a certain degree, but...
I feel like it would be hard not to be.
Yeah. But I never got an answer back until now. Though there is Leia. But I think that's a separate issue.
Roz winces so hard as if she hates that she's about to say these words out loud. Your Everlight is a goddess of forgiveness and redemption, right?
Yeah.
Do you think maybe it says something that you met a group of people that you say have been your redemption?
Yeah, I guess I did fulfill what I was set out to do.
Roz has that look at like she has like taste bile in her mouth where she's like, oh, I sound like my dad. Oh God. Sorry, I had to get it back down. I've started to realize something, and I actually have to apologize to Maeve. I think people and their religions and their beliefs and all that and faith, I don't think I've been looking at it the right way. I've been pretty bitter about the idea of religion since I was 5. And growing up with a father who was very religious did not help that any. But starting to realize that a lot of people, their faith isn't about wanting a divine being to do something for them. It's not about sloughing off their own responsibilities. It's about them getting what they need to get through the day. Some people look at the world and they see the pain and the suffering. People like my father. And they justify it in their minds by believing that it's part of a plan. And that's the only way they can continue forward. That's the only way they can not just end it, is by believing that there's a purpose to all of it. You saw the Everlight, so that's what you needed to see. And I didn't see Avandra because I have to believe that I'm in control of my own destiny. I can't function if I don't believe that. So in a way, I saw what I needed to see too. Nothing. Just myself.
Leo, make a religion check for me.
It's a nat 20, but I think it's +0.
It's fine. You gotta honor a nat 20, okay? Before I mention this, I wanna get something from Roz here. How does Roz feel that other people either saw or were, I guess, aided or acknowledged in some way by a god and she wasn't?
I think she just said it. I think
right.
She is. I think she believes that she didn't see anything because that's what she needs.
Does she think she needs that though?
I think that she believed that she fundamentally has to believe that she's in control of her own fate and her own destiny.
So how does she feel about that though? Because right now she's looking at what happened and drawing a conclusion from it. How does she feel about that conclusion though?
I think good. I think
Okay.
positive. Right. I think it's one of her first positive thoughts towards the divine in a very long time.
Then I will leave this up to Leo on if he wants to say something. But Leo, you know that Avandra is normally, or one of the ways that her sort of iconography and the way that she's portrayed is with impossibly long, unending hair that normally becomes the path not taken. And I think that you realize that maybe Roz, because of what she needs, this is maybe the way that she interpreted this, but Avandra showed her a path that could have brought her back, but left it up to Roz whether she would take that path or not.
I'll relay the hair parts. Like, might be a sign. She might be a little bit more subtle than the other gods, but I kind of have more of a pragmatic view on things where we're all forces of this world that the architect made. We're the only ones that know about that. And we're all forces, like the gods are forces and we're forces, and there's magic and stuff. It's complicated, but the gods are just more powerful than us, but they're kind of like us in the grand scheme of things.
Rosalind, as you ponder this, being pointed out that, a road of hair isn't like a random thing, as you kind of begin to think about all the ways that the gods have interacted with your group, right? The Everlight pulling Leo back, embracing him, is what he needed. Zealous being given his life through a piece of the Wild Mother. Timavra being given these gifts from the Moonweaver. The Changebringer showed you a path, but she did not make a decision for you. And I think in this moment, maybe you realize that in the way that you have been coming to understand what her tenets mean to you, that there's also a chance that you realize that the Changebringer also has come to an understanding of who Roz is and what Roz believes. And that she doesn't want to control you or to make you into something that you aren't. Just like anyone else, maybe she's just an ally who gives you whatever strength you need or want from her in the same way that your friends do. And in that moment, both of your attentions are drawn towards the door. You see this little sort of pink mote of energy or of magic that appears almost right at the apex of the door, just hovering in the air for a moment.
Roz nudges Leo like, is it just me or do you see that?
I see it too.
And it quickly descends down to the ground and forms this odd pink line of energy. And then a portal starts to open left to right as it widens into a door.
Oh no.
And you
Oh, okay.
watch what?
I thought a portal was opening. Roz comes to like a thing about religion. There's great change.
First of all, the portal is opening. So if that's what Roz thinks in this moment, like, oh shit,
Oh fuck. No.
go for it. But then you watch as a centaur steps through it, clad in brilliant bronze and copper armor that's sort of forged to look like leaves. And on his back, you see this tiny, like 1 foot tall little humanoid creature, like gnomish, but even smaller than gnomes are. Green skin, has dragonfly-like wings, and it points and goes, "Yep. This whole place is covered in it."
What the fuck?
A few of them actually. Her, and him. The centaur looks and goes, "He's a bit old, isn't he?" Well, I mean, the young royal was kidnapped over a century ago. All right, fine. Bring them all. And you watch as
Roz reaches in and grabs her flask and just looks at it and throws it away.
The centaur steps to the side, and you watch as 3 sylphs fly through the portal, followed by 3 dryads, and then this massive satyr ducks down and through the portal, followed by 1 more humanoid-looking entity. And most of you are asleep right now, so you don't get to But Rosalind and Leo, let's roll for initiative.
Never gonna get a long rest.
Correct. No one got a long rest.
Mother.
Why do you keep
fucker.
doing this to us?
Roll for initiative. You said.
Roll for
I
initiative.
don't actually know what my health is at.
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know.
Did you all rest up even though you didn't get a long rest?
I don't know.
Because if you haven't,
Oh,
your
no.
health should just be at what it's at. I think the only one.
No, the problem is I think it's on the token, not on D&D.
Gotcha. All right, give me a quick second then, and I will let you know. Because the last thing that or what
It was
the
the
last,
tunnel.
The
It was
tunnel, which
the bullet.
was right, which was also done with Theater of the Mind. So you should all be at what you're at on the tokens on this page here,
Okay.
except for Zana, who's at 76. Because remember,
Oh right, because we took a short
you
rest.
took a
That's why I'm
short-
at full
yeah,
HP.
yep.
I was wondering why am I at full HP then?
you took a short rest and you threw some healing and stuff around. So
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Because I'm at.
Could I
Okay,
have
how's my-
used hit dice during my short rest?
you haven't had a. You know what? Sure. While you were doing your watch, go ahead and hit dice yourself up if you'd like to with whatever you have left. You are also, by the way, each of you, or you two, do have a surprise round before you can start rousing your comrades.
Question.
Yes.
Is it dawn?
It is not.
God damn it. Can you give me the turn order?
Actually, you know what? Yes, I do actually think that dawn would have passed. So if you have something that recharges
Good.
at dawn, you can do that. Ignore Pela. I'm just using her as the initiative for these two, or for this group. All right, and you need me to add Rosalind. This fight also is kind of going to be Theater of the Mind, since you are still within the home here. Nothing is beyond 30 feet, so you can make it to just about anything that you need to.
Is Roz in her armor?
No.
Right. Whatever.
Oh, you know what? This battle music is a bit intense. What else can we
My
do?
mithril
Oh, let's
plate.
do this.
Do I have my shield? Is that fine?
Yeah, you can absolutely pick your shield up.
Okay, great.
Yep. On your turn, of course.
I can barely hear the music. Personally.
You can turn it up on Discord,
know,
like if you
I
right-click
am. It's
and-
like at
oh, gotcha.
170, 180%, and I still have a hard time hearing it.
Oh, my apologies.
It's been like that for me the whole time, to be fair.
Correct.
So none of us have armor
a
on.
portal open, but not a portal.
Take my armor off.
Leo, what'd you get for your initiative?
28.
Oh, well, okay. Well, lucky for you then, your surprised condition wears off pretty quickly, so they won't get advantage.
I
if
also
they
have
try.
alert.
Correct. You
so-
can't be surprised. So you know what? You can actually take your turn.
Okay.
What are we actually fighting in this cluster of people?
So there is a centaur with like a little green person on its back. There are 3 sylphs, which are like smaller, kind of almost fairy-looking things. 3 dryads, a humanoid-looking woman, and then a satyr that is taller than you are, Roz.
Big satyr.
Yep, there's a big satyr. Leo,
Okay.
what would you like to do?
Using diplomacy, I'm gonna try to. Can I talk to them real quick before
100%,
like, drawing
yeah.
weapons?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can try and diplome.
It's like, hey, I think we have a misunderstanding here. Can we not like fight in this domicile?
Make a persuasion check.
Who has a good persuasion?
Roz
I
does.
do. Pick me.
Not leave. Not say this,
I'm
please.
going to channel Roz since
Yep.
she's awake also.
Mm-hmm.
+9.
But I had a -1.
Oh, 17 plus 9.
17
26.
plus 9. Okay. So as you say that, the centaur says, There is no reason to fight. We're simply here to collect what belongs to the Summer Court.
Oh, God. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So with that, you watch as the Dryads make their way towards Hermia, Corey, and Zana. Where is Zana's? Oh, there it is.
Those are our allies.
And each of the Dryads gingerly pick them up. Let's see how gingerly they can do it without waking you.
I can't imagine Sana does not immediately wake up.
Yeah. Corey, I would like you to make a perception check -10. Because you're asleep. Okay. So
a -9.
The Dryad picks Corey up, who's just kind of like,
Oh, God. Corey's the Mina of our group.
Hermia, same thing. Make a perception check -10.
Okay.
Fuck!
Perception check.
Yep. Add all your bonuses to it, and then subtract 10 from it.
Okay. That is going to be 11.
Okay. You watch as this Dryad gently picks Hermia up, who kind of stirs a bit, but remains asleep.
Can I still get my long rest then?
Through rock slides? What the fuck?
It's Hermia, okay? Come on.
And as
Hermia loves sleep.
as one goes to pick up Zana, you just hear, "What the fuck?" And then the thing gets, well, actually, we'll see if it hits her. No, she misses. So the Dryad's like, please do not resist. And the Dryad is going to...
Why wake up?
Still waiting for my turn.
is going to cast... Oh, did I give it a sleep? I feel like hopefully sleep.
Well, next time don't roll a 7.
I rolled a 4.
Justin's referring to my initiative.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
What do you want from me?
You need dice that just like somehow rolls the opposite of what you normally roll.
Right. So as she sort of wakes up, one of the sylphs goes, "Oh no, can't have that!" and casts a spell on Zana, who will need to make a wisdom save.
Oh my gosh.
Nope. And Zana is now paralyzed, and the drag goes, "Ha, much better," and picks Zana up over her shoulder. What does Roz look like in this moment?
Like she's about to choke a bitch. She's had a bad night.
So-
she had a real bad dream. She hasn't gotten to sleep now in 2 days, and she died recently.
All right.
No, she looks pissed.
Okay, so one of these sylphs, seeing you like eyeing where your sword and shield is, goes, "Oh no, that would be a very bad idea," and whistles this tune. Can you make a
Please.
wisdom saving throw for me?
If you want to spend your inspo, now would be a time.
27.
Okay.
I already have advantage on wisdom saves.
Yep.
Well, then you could add to it, though.
Yep. So as they whistle this sweet little tune, you're like, "Oh no, this is going down." And you watch as that sylph turns and goes, "Bellicine, could you try, please? She doesn't seem to be in the mood for dance." Another one. Make another wisdom saving throw for me.
30.
Okay. Roz is like, "No, I'm
No.
not in the mood to dance."
No, I don't want to dance right now.
And
I'm
the
wanting to
Murder.
sleep.
We're murdering now.
the sylph goes, Dumb, could you take care of that scary looking one?" And the satyr goes, "Ugh," and walks over towards Roz.
Why do I get the bad feeling the satyr speaks a language Roz understands?
Oh, yeah, he does. So the satyr's gonna walk over. He's gonna walk like right up to you and go, "Sorry," and is just gonna swing this big meaty fist at you. You're still surprised.
Yeah.
I wish double nat 20s on advantage meant something.
If I'm surprised, I can't use a reaction, can I?
Correct.
Can't use my braces of adamantine.
Okay, this is not. I just want you to know this is non-lethal damage. He's not trying to kill you if this happens to do more than what you have.
I have 104 HP.
Yeah, he's a direct thing of the summer cold.
Okay.
What is the order of events we're supposed to do here?
Well, we're doing a surprise round first.
Aw, that wasn't as much as I would have liked. So you take 29 damage as he pops you once right in the face with his first attack.
I feel like Roz, her head snaps to the side and she looks back and spits some blood out.
Go to sleep. He punches you again.
You better hope this knocks me out.
16
Holy shit.
bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Since this is going poorly, I'm just gonna be that guy and say, technically, I'm not asleep during this. I can see and hear as normal.
Oh, then
That's
go
true.
ahead and roll initiative, Zealous.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shouldn't I be done with my trance after 4 hours?
Hasn't quite been 4 hours yet.
Hasn't. I thought we did a
We
whole
were
bunch.
in the middle of the second one. Do you have advantage on your things?
Yeah, I have the Sentinel Shield.
Oh, fucking Sentinel Shield.
I require attunement.
It does not.
That's really good.
All right. So seeing that you aren't going down, Roz, the human that's with them goes, "Oh wow, someone taking 2 hits from Dumb. That's pretty good. No, I
His name is Dumb?
I suppose I should probably step in." And you watch as she kind of cracks her neck, and
Like,
she's pretty, like, she's, compared to you, she's maybe like Hermia Maeve's kind of build, right? And
Yeah.
as she steps forward, you watch as her neck starts to elongate, and you see these little white feathers kind of start to poke out of her skin, and her arms begin to bulge. And you watch as this woman walking towards you transforms into like a humanoid-looking goose thing as wings sprout from her back. She's a weregoose, everybody. And she's gonna walk up to you, Roz,
gosh.
and take 2 swings.
It's like every nightmare I've ever had cloned itself, fucked the clone, and then begat that thing.
Yep. So she doesn't hit as hard as Dumb, but she did also roll a crit. Oh, come the fuck on.
Better hope this knocks my ass out.
13 bludgeoning damage on the first one. I need a strength saving throw from you, please.
25.
Okay. And then the second, I just rolled double ones again.
Well, you've also rolled 3 nat 20s in the
Yeah.
last few
Oh,
rolls,
you
so,
know.
you know.
5
balance
bludgeoning damage and another strength saving throw.
You rolled double nat 1s and still hit?
Oh, sorry, that was damage. I rolled 2 1s on the damage dice.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. 27.
Okay, so she does not knock you prone. All right.
If Roz was pissed off before, she's really pissed off now.
Mm-hmm.
do you hear this commotion at all?
The little thing on the back of the centaur's back whistles a sweet little tune your way. I need another wisdom saving throw.
Nat 20 for a
Fuck
31.
your stupid saving
That was on the
throws.
first roll.
What is this thing?
Oh, thank you for the raid, Stargana. Welcome in, everybody. We're playing some D&D tonight, and we currently have been ambushed again at night, and everyone is trying to knock Roz out currently, and she is very hard to knock out.
Yeah, sorry. I have a I have a Dusk Hag stat block open, and I don't know. Oh, okay. I got it. The centaur goes, says, "Dumb, Lilypod, do you have that handled? Dumb no job!" And the centaur will hold an action. Zealous, it is your turn.
Am I surprised?
Yeah, in the same way, you're just kind of like, what the fuck is happening
Not
here?
the condition, I think.
The surprise
is-
condition? Yeah, yep. Unless your sentinel shield, like, stops you from that, or no?
No, it's just I just have advantage on initiative rolls and perception checks.
Okay. And then Rosalind, and then back around. So everyone's out of their surprise condition now. Anyone who's asleep, make a perception check. Just straight perception check. Because, like, nothing that's happened so far has been more than, like, a punch. You know, like, explosions haven't been happening or anything like
20.
that. Maeve, your eyes kind of flutter open to, like, the sounds of, like, Rosalind just being like, what the fuck? Or probably actually also Zana screaming what the fuck as well.
Yep, she up.
Yep. So, yeah, go ahead and roll initiative. Yeah, Corey, you kind of yawn yourself awake and
Oops,
look
sorry,
up
I forgot to click
to
on
see this
myself.
dryad that's holding you gingerly and goes, "Hello, little one."
Screaming.
I forgot to click on my
Yep, no problem.
token.
Kay or Hermia, go ahead and
What?
roll perception.
Okay. Perception. Do I minus anything again or no?
Nope, just a straight roll.
I only got a 5 plus 8.
12.
Yeah,
Am I adding correctly?
I think.
Okay. Where's Hermia's character? Oh, over there. I put it there. All right. All right, so back at the top of the round, Leo, it is your turn.
What do I do? I'll go and try to wrestle Zana out of the Dryad's fucking.
All right, go ahead.
arms.
Go ahead. I guess I should roll an initiative for her too. Go ahead and make a opposed athletics check. So go ahead and make a yes. You try to pull her away from this dryad. Ah! Oh shit.
That's a 17 plus 0.
All right, this thing rolled a 7. So yeah, you are able to pull Zana away from this dryad. Goes, that's rude.
It's rude to pick people up
I
when they're
was-
sleeping.
I was nice about it.
No, you wake them up and then we talk about what the fuck's going on around here.
Anything else you'd like to do, Leo?
I will give my bonus action to Zana for advantage on an attack if she attacks.
Paralyzed, isn't she?
She is. So my question is
Oh.
the advantage that's from your your mastermind thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that has to be on an attack. Correct. Yeah. She might not. Yeah, because she's gonna have to make the wisdom saving throw at the end of her turn. So
Fuck, what do I have that?
Give
Can I
it.
attack her and...
you used
Wait.
your action to wrestle Zana away.
Okay, yeah. That's all I can do then.
Okay. Zana's next, so she will make her wisdom save.
She within 10 feet of Roz?
No.
What?
Zana, where's your character sheet? What's your wisdom like? I think she just... No, it was the Dryad that cast it. Ah, she makes it. So she is unparalyzed and also looks pissed. All right, back around to all of the enemies' turns. Seeing that everyone is awake, one of the sylphs goes, Bella, this is getting out of hand. They're all awake. And they are going to target Zana again, as well as, I think the three of them. They're going to target Zana, Corey, and Hermia. So I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw. Oh, Zana's going to use Indomitable. Zana is able
Am I
to
next to Roz?
resist it. No, Roz is not close enough for you. You're all being taken towards the portal.
A 14.
Hermia, you are paralyzed in the arms of this dryad who goes, "It's okay. We're taking you somewhere nice."
I think Hermia just goes back to sleep.
I know, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Paralyzed
like,
anyway.
This has got to be a dream. This
All right.
is-
Yeah.
Corey, you are not paralyzed.
I'm gonna give Cosmic Oven Wheel to Hermia to give her, using my reaction to give her 2 more to her saving throw.
What does that put you at, Hermia?
60.
Still paralyzed.
Fuck.
Sorry.
All right, so do the dryads? Oh, fucking perfect. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Another one?
Yep. As one of the dryads kind of looks over at Roz, who's like getting ready to grab her shield now, and a sparkling pattern of brilliant lights erupts in the room.
Hypnotic pattern.
Hypnotic pattern.
Zealous,
Fucking
you
hell.
28.
are charmed.
Using inspiration.
Okay. Hermia, you're paralyzed and you're charmed by these sparkling lights.
Oh, I can't
It's
be
been a
charmed.
Oh, that's true.
True. That's right.
Oh, wait, no, I just get advantage, so I roll
Ah,
again.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I get advantage as well, which means I didn't need to spend that inspo.
13 plus,
Oh,
what is
gosh.
it, wisdom?
Yes, none of these are working. And the dryad's like,
Okay, I'm still paralyzed,
you are.
but
Yes,
I'm not
you
charmed.
are. The dryad goes, oh, yes, one of these is definitely the royal. They're all very, very immune to our stuff.
Hermia's like, I just want to go to sleep.
The
I know,
centaur
we're-
kind of
that's-
face palms. Just
Wait.
get them through the portal.
Wait, the royal. That one's the royal.
And the dryad with Hermia disappears through the portal.
Well, never mind. That one's gone.
The dryad with pulled Zana away. So that one's going to look to the little thing on the back of the centaur and goes, "Hey Toto, can you help me? She's resisting." Okay. Casts a spell towards Zana.
How many things do they get to do?
There's a bunch of them.
Do I still
Who
have a hold of her, or
no, once you pulled her off, I assume you let her go, but you watch as Zana
Yeah.
suddenly shrinks down and turns into a kitten. And the dryad goes, "Oh, perfect," and picks kitten Zana up and begins to move towards the portal, but can't
Zana's
quite.
a kitty?
All right,
Yes.
I don't know about these
I
guys,
mean-
but I am never gonna let Zana live down that she was made into a kitty.
What
it's
kind of
very
kitty?
fitting.
What does she
Very
look
fitting.
like?
She's probably just all white, considering that she's a changeling.
She's definitely not an orange
Yep.
kitty. She's smart. She's
As
too
As long
smart
as
for
she's
that.
not a naked cat, then
No,
I'm
no.
okay.
I would think she'd be a black cat, but
Nope.
white's fine.
She is all white, and there's a little black spot on her shoulder that looks like a heart.
Aww.
Aw.
Corey, they can't quite get to the portal with you awake because I assume you're resisting. So on this turn, the dryad doesn't quite make it to the portal, but next turn, on the dryad's turn, if they still have you, you and Zana will be through the portal. So let's see. I don't think any of the sylphs went yet. Did they try to Otto's irresistible dance
I'm stressed.
again? Dum's going to take his attacks at Roz again, which are not at advantage this time. Oh, those are, shit! I am dropping so many dice today. A 17 plus 8 will hit.
25 will hit, yeah.
Does a 6 plus 8 without your armor on?
No.
Okay. 10, 30, 40, 50, 16, 17. 20 bludgeoning damage from the first attack. Oh, and the other one missed.
Yeah.
And then
Ross takes another punch and is really starting to show it now.
I was just like, you motherfuckers.
He's like, you had better pray to whatever god you follow.
The were-swan, seeing how Ross is like, I hear no bell. Dumb, we don't want to kill them. Just go to sleep. And it begins to honk.
No.
It begins to honk at you. Honk.
That is
honk,
not comforting.
honk.
I hate that.
I need a Constitution saving throw as it uses a lullaby of honks.
Aww.
The fuck? Jeez, how are we supposed to get these guys back?
24.
All right, well, you still take half damage, but you do not fall asleep. You take 3 psychic damage from that, though.
I'm resistant to psychic damage.
You take 1 psychic damage from that.
Roz is the anti-swan.
The centaur goes, can we please hurry this up? And one of the sylphs is going to cast sleep.
You motherfucker.
Roz, is that enough?
Well, it depends, because there might be other people in the area that could get hit by it.
I don't think anyone's that low. I like to think that Roz says that, motherfucker, as she just, like, sits back down where she was at talking to Leo.
Yeah, that's enough. As she goes
Hold on.
down.
How many hit points does Princess have?
All right. If we include Princess in this, that means that going
Wait,
forward...
Princess is already gone, because I assume, like,
Yeah,
Princess
Princess is
would
already
be
gone.
Hermia.
Yep, that as well. But the moment you have me include Princess in something for your benefit, she is included in all future AoE attacks. So
No,
keep that
don't
in mind.
hurt
We can't do that, we
Princess!
can't.
And then I need Corey, Maeve, Zealous, and Leo to make another wisdom saving throw as the last sylph is going to cast Hypnotic Pattern again.
Is that a charm spell?
It is. So you
Yes.
get so anyone with Fey ancestry gets advantage on it.
Oh my god.
Maeve, you are charmed by the pretty patterns in the lights.
Fuck.
17
Zealous.
plus 3.
It is your turn. You are fine, Leo. Your turn, Zealous.
How big is the portal?
It's like, say it's probably about 4 feet wide and almost 7 feet tall.
All right, so who's been taken through the portal already then?
Hermia.
Hermia.
Just Hermia?
Yep. And Corey and Kit and Zana are very close to it.
That'd be funny. How far away from the portal am I?
Less than 30 feet.
Can I run through the portal?
If you'd like to try, certainly.
Are they like protecting the portal?
I mean, you don't know if they're going to try to stop you, but they're not like standing in front of it with like weapons up or anything like that. The only two that could probably physically restrain you are over near Roz. The centaur is like standing near it, but doesn't look... He's kind of watching over things as opposed to like participating in what's happening.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We are going to cast Confusion at 5th level to make it have a big AoE.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting all of the bad guys.
Yep.
And Kitizana.
Mm-hmm.
So they all need to make wisdom saving throws.
So as you go to throw up some sort of spell, the centaur goes, none of that, and he's going to attempt to counterspell it. That is, since it's a 5th level spell, that's... Is
15.
It 15, okay. So 10 plus the level. Gotcha.
Counterspell.
You're counterspelling his counterspell?
That's how it works.
All right. Yeah. Sure enough, you counterspell it, and as you do, the dryad who's holding you goes, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that. He's going to be very angry now. He has a mean, angry voice." And all right, so wisdom saving throws for that. All right, so we'll start with the centaur, who passes. Oh, poor Dumb. I don't think Dumb's gonna make it.
Aww.
Nope! That was a 4 and a 5. Sorry, Dumb. What does Confusion do again? Can you put the things up in there for me?
Oh, it didn't. Okay, yeah.
A Lily Pod makes it. What are the dryads? Ooh, they have +9. That one makes it.
Well, these things are
That
gonna fucking be hitting the walls.
Sucks. Wasted 2 nat 20s on a fucking saving throw. So that dryad makes it. The little thing on the centaur's back. Oh, you only have +2 to whiz. Come on, little buddy. Nope. All right, the thing on the back of the centaur is confused. And then we have the sylphs. One of them fails. One of them makes it. One of them fails. So the dumb 2 sylphs and the enemy are all confused.
The enemy?
Yep.
We're finding anime?
Anomy. Antomy. Antomie. All right. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Yes.
Oh, wait. You wanted Zana to also roll, didn't you?
Yeah, Kitizana.
Zana is also confused.
So that's rough.
I mean,
Confused kitty.
already confused as a kitty, so.
All right, and then I'm going to... If I run straight towards the portal, can... It doesn't matter.
I mean, the centaur used his reaction, so even if he was going to stop you, now he can't.
That's fair. I'm going to take... I'm going to bonus action go into the form of a starry dragon.
Okay.
And I'm going to run into the portal.
All right. So as you run past everything and through and into the portal, the centaur is like, "What? Don't just let any." All right, end of your turn.
Yep.
All right. Next up is Maeve, who is just kind of seeing pretty colors.
I have a question.
Okay.
when I am not active, Luster gets to act. Can Luster wake me out of the hypnotic pattern?
Lester should have also rolled for the hypnotic pattern.
Okay.
So roll for him first, and if he doesn't succumb to it, yes, he can.
Give me 1 second. Sorry. I always forget what his stuff is. Wisdom is...
Y'all thought I was
+2.
joking when I said the clue for what was going to happen was a swan, but here we are.
I didn't hear that part.
Only the Friday group heard that.
I put it in a few places because when I was telling Corey, the reaction that I sent to her was just a swan.
25 for him.
Luster is indeed still awake, so he can use his action to rouse you from your hypnosis.
Do I still have my action then?
Make a dexterity check for me. Because technically, I think Luster's supposed to go after you, isn't he?
Yeah, we haven't really been doing that, but yeah.
Well, that's because you've both been conscious.
14.
Sure, take your action.
Okay. So we've got Corey is still trapped into somebody, and so is Zana, right?
So Corey is conscious. She's just being carried, but she's not, like, under any effects. Zana is both confused and a cat.
And someone's holding her?
Yes.
Okay.
Very nice. Like, she's petting her. She's like, good kitty. And the cat was hissing at her, but now is like, what's going on?
That's fine. I'll do non-lethal damage. All right, guys, who am I hitting slow with?
Oh, don't do that. Oh, you know what? Hit Zana with it to get her out of the cat form.
Well, I'm not going to hit her with slow then. I'm just going to hit her with an arrow.
Oh, don't do that.
So, because they're about to run out, correct?
Correct. They are. In fact, I'd say that from where you are, and with Zana being so small and being cradled, you probably wouldn't be able to hit Zana.
Okay, I just realized slow probably... What does that do to speed?
Halves it.
Halves it?
Half speed, no reactions.
They are within 15 feet of the portal, so even with slow, they will make it through the portal.
Okay. They're medium size?
Yep. Except for the sylphs are small.
But the ones
Dumb,
carrying people are medium size.
medium, and dumb is large.
Okay. Normally, honey, I'd agree with you that slow is always best, but they're just going to run. So, knock an arrow, and I'm going to first target the... I'll first target the one with Corey.
Okay.
A 16 hit. Oh, I did the wrong thing.
I'm like,
so
you're
sorry.
using a
I'm
sword?
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hit the wrong. It's because it's first for some reason,
All
and
good,
my
all good.
brain
Yep.
didn't. 30 hit.
Yeah, so 30 hits.
I'm going to do reduce arrow.
Okay. So you shoot this poor dryad in the shoulder, and it shrieks as it shrinks. Ah! Rennie, they shot me!
You don't get to call a poor dryad when they sneak into our camp at night and start stealing people.
This dryad didn't hurt anyone and picked Corey up very gently.
That doesn't make it okay, Robbie.
That is still person theft.
Just saying.
Still kidnapping.
Just saying.
All right.
I have
Second
been
attack.
stolen.
I'm
Okay,
getting you.
That's
And-
the damage, by the way.
Yep.
And then I get my second attack.
Uh-huh.
And I'll do this one to the one carrying Zana.
Okay.
And I will spend Inspo. Well, does 19 hit?
19 does hit.
It is also reduced.
Yep. As that one gets shot, it shouts out, "Oh, wait, they shot me too!" And meow, the cat hits the ground.
Good. All right.
It'll take fall damage.
No.
Am I close enough to grab Kitty Zana?
You can move over towards her
Okay.
and use your bonus action to reach down to grab her, and so long as nothing else tries to, You can
Okay.
get her on your next turn as a free action. If something else tries to get her, the two of you will make some sort of check to see who grabs her.
Fair enough. All right.
Snap Kitty's on his neck.
Into your turn.
Yeah.
Corey, it is your turn as you hit the ground and you have a little dryad next to you who's like, ow, 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 and is like pulling the arrow out. What would you like to
It
do?
was non-lethal.
It still hurts.
It does. It does.
Okay.
You also see Zealous run through the portal after Permio.
Oh God. I don't know. I can only take one person. What would Corey have seen that?
Yeah.
You said I did see
Yep.
Zealous and Hermia go in.
You both know that Zealous and Hermia are through the portal.
That sucks. I'm going to. Shoot. Oh, do I see that Roz has been
Put to sleep? Oh, yeah.
And snoozing.
Yep. She's snoring, so you know she's asleep and not just knocked out.
I want to help Hermia and Zealous, but I don't want three of us to get stuck. Sorry, I'm gonna bonus action fly.
Okay, just so you know, the ceilings in here aren't super high, but you do so. I would also like to point out that the portal opened in the doorway, so you can't, like, exit the domicile because the portal...
It's just covering the doorway.
It's just covering the doorway.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, fine.
Fly out the window.
There's no window. You're underground!
DM ruling.
Yes.
If me and my shadow spawn are on two different planes, does that negate the spell? Because it doesn't say.
Interesting. You know what?
I know there's a range that says 90 feet, but that's to cast it.
You're not sure how that would act.
Are you saying that because Gil's mad at me?
No, I'm just saying you don't know how that would react. You've never tried to cast it, then like send it through a portal before.
Sorry, guys. Okay, brain fart. I'm going to summon
good.
Shadow Spawn.
What form are you going to summon?
Well, no, you said there was a large creature in here, right? So
Yeah.
it's big enough.
Well, yeah. Well, because I remember you had told me that because there's like 3 different types you can spawn. You had told me that each different, like each one, like one looked like Gil, one looked like you.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just wondering which
Did
one.
Did I cast Summon Fiend this day? Because I can only do it once a day, but I don't remember if I casted it.
Is that your shadow, Corey?
Or is that something different?
No, it's the big one.
Oh,
That's
I don't remember.
Then no, I don't
remember
think you have.
All right, I'm gonna make Beefy Gil appear next to whoever is in Roz's melee.
Yep. And so as you go to summon this big beefy version of Gil, you feel the magic expend. It does not appear.
Fuck you, Gil.
I think that automatically. Do I get a response?
You think that to him? All right, yeah, you hear back. I wouldn't want you relying on other people and then feeling guilty about it later.
Oh, this is not the time. And I think Corey says that out loud. Corey can't do anything then.
You throw a rock at Roz?
Pretty sure Summon Fiend was an action.
Well, yeah, no, that's it. That was my action. Bonus flying cards. That's all Gil.
Okay.
I'm gonna. But am I prone? I should say.
Yeah. So
Or
you
did I
should
flop
probably
on my ass?
stand up if you wanted to.
Okay. If you'll permit,
Mm-hmm.
I will take rope out and wrap it around myself,
Okay.
and I will toss it. Is Leo still okay?
Leo is still up, yeah.
I will
Yep.
throw it at Leo and use my movement to, because I can't fight the big guy. I'll go help Silas. I run into the portal.
Okay, so quickly tying it around yourself. Give me a dexterity check to see how well you tie this rope.
You make the use rope skill check?
I'm gonna spend.
3.0, 3.5.
Okay, 16.
All right, as quickly as you can, you tie it, and you're like, Leo, here! And then you jump through the portal, and like as you jump through, the centaur's like, oh, well, that was easy. Hermia, you were on the other side, so we'll get to you in a minute. Rosalind, there's not a save for sleep, is there?
No.
What do you think Roz was thinking as she feels this drowsiness come over her?
You motherfucker!
All right, back around to Leo. It is your turn.
What the fuck do I do?
Oh man.
Merc a bitch.
The were-swan looks at you and goes, just sit down with your friend. We have no beef with you. That's a saying here, right? No beef. And Dumb goes, oh, beef.
Oh god, he
Am I
sucks.
near Luster?
Near in what way? Like you can get to anyone in the room in one move.
I don't want to like pass off the rope to Luster and dive for Zana.
Okay, you throw the rope towards Luster, and you head towards Zana, and using your action, you can pick up Zana. Anything
And then
else?
How much movement did that take?
Do you have 40 feet?
Yes.
You can probably get to like sort of like the halfway middle point in the room to where you're like 15 feet away from any one person.
I'm gonna do that and like hopefully be near the rope to try to pull Corey back.
Okay. So back around to these. All right, let's see. All the people who are confused, I have to roll a D8 to decide what they do, right?
Correct.
I think it's a D10.
D10.
D10 is just one of them. You roll a D8 for direction.
Gotcha. All right, so the thing on the back of the centaur rolled a 9, which is acting and moving as normally.
Of course.
Leo, make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Is this a charm effect?
Is Otto's irresistible dance count as a charm effect?
Feel like it
Probably.
probably is, but
Probably.
let me see. Irresistible dance. What? Yes, charmed. Sorry, creature that can't be charmed or immune. Yes.
Okay, so so go ahead and make it at advantage.
So 16 plus 3.
19.
Yep, that is enough. All right, one of the sylphs. That is a 6. Doesn't move
or take action.
All right, cool. The other charmed sylph is a 2. And I think those were the only 2 that got affected by it. All right, so Dumb is going to kind of just stand there, just like watching Roz, like, all right, I did my thing. And the centaur's like, get the cat, Dumb. Oh, okay. And he's going to come over, and I need you to make a contested athletics check against Dumb.
I thought he got confused.
Oh,
as well.
shit, he did. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm like, I thought there was a fourth one.
I could have.
Nope,
Yeah, I
you're
was
right,
like, I'm
you're
pretty
right,
sure
you're right.
Dumb.
All right, that's a 4, so he can't do anything.
Okay,
But
okay.
yelling that, he's like, Dumb, get the cat. Oh, Lily Pod, honk! And he's going to move towards Leo, and I need you to make an opposed athletics check as she tries to wrestle Cat Zana from you.
Oh my god.
Natural 20, but it's plus 0.
You are able to. He comes up like, give me the cat, and you're like, no, stop, give me the cat. And these two are just fighting over the cat, basically. Jesus Christ, this shit show. Both of the dryads are reduced, so they can't pull anybody through.
Yep.
So they're gonna hit Leo and Corey with hold person. Can I get wisdom checks from both of you?
Corey's in the portal.
Oh, sorry, Corey. Yeah, not you. You went through the portal. So sorry, Leo. Give me a wisdom saving throw for a hold person.
Oh, that one's not good. 9
You got it.
plus 3.
All right, you are paralyzed.
Oh, boy.
One of the sylphs is going to fly over and pick Zana up out of your hands and then flies through the portal. So there's one sylph left. What do you have? There's much else you can do. The centaur goes, all right, that's all we need. And the thing on its back is like, we should bring the old one just in case. It's been like 200 years. All right. And the centaur moves over and picks up a paralyzed Leo and heads through the portal as well. One sylph follows. The dryads can make it through. So I believe it's just Dumb, a dryad, and the swan left. Zealous is through the portal. Maeve, your turn.
Hey, well, we get turns. Me and Hermia.
You're on the other side. Don't worry, we'll get to you.
So is everybody... Who's through the portal?
I think everyone but you and me right now.
Yep.
Holy fucking hell. All right, I'd like to
And
use one of my...
Lester.
I'd like to use one of my attacks to kick Roz.
Yep.
You'll have to run over to me.
Yep. You take like
Sure.
10 feet over towards her and you give her a kick.
Ow! Motherfucker!
We're going through the portal.
Okay.
I'm not staying here alone, so I guess I'm through the portal too.
All right.
God.
Yeah.
I can't even write a message to my poor mother.
Your mom. As all of this is happening, the door where your father was opens. Your mom's like, "What's going on out here?"
All right. I'd like to use my second attack that's not an attack to hug her and say, I'm so sorry. We have to go. Love you. Tell Dad I love him. I'm going through the portal.
All right. Maeve dives through the portal.
With Luster.
with
Sorry, I know
Luster.
he's got the rope, but like,
Roz,
I guess, yeah.
it
I
gets
don't
to
know.
your turn.
Where
Dumb.
the fuck is dumb?
He's standing right there in front. He's just looking at you. He's like,
Uh-huh. Awesome. I want to stab him.
Go for it.
Can I say I picked up my armor, please?
Sure.
Did we get any of our stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. Third level divine smite.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Fucker. Wait, where'd all my... Oh, there it is. Okay.
Go fuck there and sit there and punch me, motherfucker.
Literally. Catch me off guard. They're just there punching me in the face over and over
Go to
again.
sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Plus third level is 48. 37 damage.
All right. So yeah, you strike him, slashing across the front, and this plume of divine energy hits him. He goes, "Ah, hot lady hit me with hot."
God.
All right, great.
Lillipod goes, "It's fine. We can leave now."
Great. I'm going to attack him again.
Go for it.
Make sure you have enough movement to come with us. If you're left behind, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Another third level divine smite.
Go for it.
It's 9 plus 33 more damage.
All right. Yeah. It hurts. He cries out again and goes, "I want to go home."
Where's my armor at?
It's right next to you if you want to grab it and then like run through. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he's
All right.
letting us grab our stuff.
She'll
Thank
she'll
God.
she'll grab her armor and start moving towards the portal.
Hey, that's my home.
Fuck off.
You go through the portal as well, and the Sylph and Lilypod will follow on their turns
No.
as well.
No.
And
I'm blocking the door.
And they're confused.
Oh, do you?
And they're confused.
You're no longer on this plane. Actually, the confused state ends. So you're gonna sit. You're gonna turn and like wait and try to like time this portal so they have to stay.
Yeah. Fuck them.
All right.
No, actually, I'm not, because that would leave them with a bunch of defenseless elves.
Yeah, let's,
So I won't
please
do that
don't
to the
do
elves.
that.
Okay. I think
I know
also
you're-
you see like as you turn and like stand there like no, you're not coming. You watch as Dumb like lowers himself. Oh, I'm getting through there one way or the other.
All right, she steps through.
And we'll pick up there next week.